Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. I'm getting outside before it gets dark here. It gets dark like 5 o'clock or so, so I'm going to get outside and enjoy some uh, some 41 degrees weather while I can. I like the white Christmas, but hey, if it's not snowing, then I'd rather it be warm enough to get outside and walk around. But I really wanted to just say thank you to everyone for your encouragement. I put a post up this last week, just being a little vulnerable, and I appreciate everyone that's kind of come around and just encouraged me. I wrestled with putting it up, but then I realized that we all have our things that we that get us down, or things that just make us feel like failures, I guess. So I hope wherever you are today, I hope that somehow you find God's love today. I feel terrible for so many friends. I have friends that have lost their parents today, and or are mourning the loss of somebody. Definitely not the happiest day for a lot of people. So definitely prayers to everyone who are struggling today. There's a dog joining in on the conversation there. But yeah, I do appreciate the encouragement. I think that it really helps to be honest sometimes, and just open up. I mean, for me, I've been doing counseling for quite some time. Probably, I mean, it's been over a year, probably a year and a half, 2 years now, and it's been a really good thing. It's much easier to kind of identify where things are coming from. When I was a kid, I remember like getting upset about things that weren't really worth getting upset about, and I even as a kid or a teenager, I wondered like why why am I getting so upset about this small thing, that really isn't a big deal. And through a lot of counseling and stuff, I've just realized that there's sometimes it's not so much the circumstance that is upsetting, it's how that circumstance might make me feel, and how that kind of ties back to something I felt in the past. And so the other night, I was streaming and like kind of had my plan of what was gonna go on, and we were just having issues, like technical issues, and it was just frustrating. And I was just like, like I kind of felt like things weren't going my way, and I kind of had mixed feelings about like not just streaming, but kind of being stupid on streams and stuff like that, and whether that was my branding, or if that if I really wanted to be stupid, where I've spent so much of my life trying to make music that I consider to be good, and I spend months, years, putting this music out. And so just kind of a conflict of who I am, what am I trying to do, am I just trying to get attention, is that really what I want? And it just kind of made me feel stupid, I guess, for not only feeling that way, but just for things not working out the way I wanted to. And again, the situation was kind of small. It was like, it's a stream, dude, like get over it, not a big deal. But it made me feel a certain way. And the holidays are tough to begin with, in general. I mean, like I said, for a lot of people. For me, it's kind of the loss of my biological family, and many of you kind of know my story and how that's all gone down. But it's definitely gotten better. But there's sort of this vulnerability, tenderness, or whatever you want to call it, during the holidays, where just like things that shouldn't bother me do, just because there's this underlying I don't know, like what's the word I'm trying to think of, just insecurity, I guess. And so, But going back to, the understanding of where these things come from, um, there's, I think as a child, I remember different times where I I just felt stupid, like in a certain situation, like kind of felt like I was, um, you know, around my peers feeling dumb or something like that. Um, I had a situation, kind of funny, but looking back in high school where I like, we were asked to paint this stage like at our church for like I was part of the tech team, and somehow I managed to like paint myself into a corner, and like my friends were just like making fun of me and stuff like that. And but it was one of those moments where I just felt like really stupid, like how did I how did I do that? um and then there was a situation, like I don't know, it's been quite a year and a half ago or so, but my in-laws were having their 50th wedding anniversary, and like there were probably, I don't know, 50 people there or something. And like we were getting photos taken, like professional photos, and they wanted to get a picture of everyone together. And like I happened to be using the bathroom, like right when they're like, "Hey, let's get everybody together and take a picture." And my nephew came in and he's like, "They're taking a picture," and like I'm using the restroom, and came out, and like probably nobody really cared, like. But for me, it was kind of like I felt like sort of an idiot, just making everybody wait. Um, and I went out back. This was only a year and a half ago, and I went out back, and I like went out the back door and like just sat on like a ledge like along the road and just like started crying. Um, and like I feel so silly saying that, but it wasn't what happened. It was what that moment made me feel. And um, I mentioned in a Facebook post the other day, just like there are three things that I've come to um, realize that are things that make me feel alive. And one of those is having a voice, because I feel like as a child I didn't have a voice. My parents, my siblings, kind of silenced me in a lot of ways. I was the youngest. My brother is 8 years older. My sister's 11 years older. And there are a lot of things that happened that I don't really know what happened. Like with my parents were missionaries in France, and there's a whole story and a lot of things that happened that I don't think I was privy to know. And along with that, there was just this sense of silencing, like that I wasn't allowed to have a voice. And so that was the first thing that really struck me. My counselor brought that idea up, I don't know, even several weeks ago. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's like that longing for a voice is like so deep inside me, and like that's probably why I became interested in music. I started writing rap songs when I was in middle school and performing them at school, and it just made me feel like I had something, even if like what I was saying was silly, some of the stuff, it made me feel like I had a voice. I remember people like telling me, like, you're so shy, and like teachers telling me that, or adults, and it just made me feel so dumb. It's like I don't want to be shy. Like, why do I have to be shy? Why can't I be outgoing? Like, I guess being outgoing is like what you're supposed to do to be like a strong person. So I wrestled with that feeling of being like this shy person, and almost despising myself for being shy and not having more charisma. And often people would say, well, why are you so serious? And inside I'm like, I'm not trying to be serious. It's just like, it's just my demeanor. It's like, it's just me being me. um so yeah, the voice thing is huge. And then the other thing is making a difference. That would be the second thing that I think, because of not having a voice, the way that I've learned to deal with that is not only to fight for a voice and have a voice, but to try to make a difference in other people's lives. Because I always feel like when I am giving to others, it helps me forget, myself, or kind of the lies inside my own head. And um, and I feel, if I don't have a voice and if I can't make a difference, then I feel useless, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. So those are the first two, and then the last thing was just a connection, like wanting to have a connection with people. And a lot of people connect in different ways. Like some people get together and don't talk and during the holidays, and they sit on their devices or watch ball games, and that's fine. That's cool. But like for me, I always like to have. I always appreciate the friends that I can that really ask me like, how you doing, and like I can talk to them like, how are you doing, like what's really going on in your life. To me, that feels much more like a connection with another human being. I'm gonna turn around and go the other way because we're gonna be eating dinner here soon. But so those are kind of the three things, and the last couple of days have been great. Like I've had some really good times with both of my kids and with my wife, and I almost feel like there's people that maybe were praying for me specifically with those three things in mind, the voice and the making a difference and the connection. So again, I just want to say, like, I appreciate the encouragement. If there's any friends out there that think that I'm posting this stuff to like get attention or something, or that's really not my intention at all. It's when I'm honest and vulnerable, it makes me feel more connected with people. And I just, I get tired of just all the fakeness, like that's everywhere, and like actually, we're all humans, and like every one of us struggles in one way or another, or multiple ways. And so I just want to say, like, if there's any friends out there, anybody that wants to talk to me, whether it's on social media or you work with me or the church or whatever, like I'm an open book, and I feel like my purpose in life is to help other people. I've been through a lot of crap, but so have you probably, and a lot of people have been. And so I don't want to draw attention to my journey so that people feel sorry for me or anything, but just to encourage people that it's okay, to sometimes feel like an idiot, or to make mistakes, or just like completely screw up. Because like the only way to really move on and to get stronger is to just be willing to accept that about yourself, that you're human, and accept that like you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna do things where people don't like you, and like you have to choose like the people that don't accept you at your lowest moment, when you're like you're your ugliest, you're making people feel uncomfortable because you're maybe not mentally stable, or you're not being Christian. For those of us that are Christians, like you should not swear, and you shouldn't be tempted to do this or that. It's like like seriously, like we are all human beings, and we're all dealing with something. So I just want to say that as an encouragement today on Christmas Day 2024, to all of you, whether you're kind of riding the highs or you're sinking in the lows, that God is real. And I think one thing, I kind of wrap it up here, but there was I don't know, we've watched The Chosen, the movie, some or not movie, the TV series, and Peter in the TV series said to Jesus, where would we go besides being with you, because you have the words of life. And obviously that's from the Bible, like Peter in the Bible said it as well. But to me, on the journey I've been on, that's where I keep coming. Like, I mean, I've, you know, I've made lots of mistakes in my life, chased the wrong things, and you name it. And it just like, it leaves me empty. And I think that's the reminder is like, I feel this pursuit of God, like that he continues to chase me down, and I'm sure that many of you that are Christians know that feeling, that you can run from God, you can try whatever you want, you name it, and you're going to come back feeling like the only thing that's going to fulfill you is God and knowing him. And so, wherever you are, like, I encourage you to give God a chance, like give Jesus a chance. There's a lot more to it than just like having to give up your sin, or like, not that that's not part of it, but like, that's what we've focused on, is like, you need to change your life and you need to not have fun anymore. And it's really not that simple. I think at the core, we're all looking for meaning in our lives, purpose. And you can look a lot of different places, but I would think that most people know deep down inside that those things that they're chasing or they've chased just don't really fulfill them. They don't really give them peace in their heart. So again, anybody that wants to talk to me, please feel free to reach out to me. I do appreciate all the comments. Not just this last time, but I've been writing blogs for years, and I save all these comments that people send me, and sometimes print them out and just have them. So like all those words, all those friends that have encouraged me, it's made a huge difference, and helped me in some pretty low moments. So again, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope that you sense the love of Christ in this season.